Benjamin Britten was a noted 20th century British conductor, pianist, and composer. His compositions ranged from song cycles, cantatas, and operas to orchestral and chamber music. It was March 16, 1942, after spending 3 successful years in the U.S. in the midst of World War II, Benjamin Britten boarded a Swedish cargo vessel to take a perilous journey, risking attack by German U-boats to return from the U.S. to his native England. En route, the ship stopped at Halifax, Nova Scotia, where Britten got off to stretch his legs in a brief shore excursion. During his walk, he discovered in a local bookshop a book of 15th and 16th century British Christmas poems, written in medieval English. Returning to the ship with the small book, Britten became intrigued by the medieval poems, and during the nearly month-long boring journey home, he began to set 8 of them to music in what became a ceremony of carols. A year later, on December 4, 1943, the final version was performed by the Marston Boys Choir at Wigmore Hall in London. It was conducted by Britten himself, and it was this same group that also made the first recording. These 8 carols are bookended in the complete work by statements of the Gregorian chant for Christmas Day. Hodie Christus natus est. Today Christ is born. Also, midway through the set is an astounding interlude for harp solo that will feature Alison Allport with us today, and that also picks up some of that same plain chant tune. The carols themselves exhibit a remarkable diversity of styles, from the jubilant exultations of Wolcom Yol and Deo Gratias to the pastoral solos of That Youngy Child and Balulalo, to the martial urgency of This Little Babe, whose vivid holy war between Jesus the infant and Satan must surely have been inspired by the real-life World War. This little babe, so few days old, is come to rifle Satan's fold. All hell doth at his presence quake, though he himself for cold do shake. For in this weak, unarmed wise, the gates of hell he will surprise. As we sing, listen for this quaint Old English words and phraseology as we pronounce the Old English text. For accompaniment, Britten chose the harp, which occupies a position unique in the history of music. Along with trumpets and drums, it is among the oldest known instruments, having existed in one form or other in every land and in every age, and it traces its origins back to 3000 BC. And of course, for many of us, harp is the instrument of Christmas. A Ceremony of Carols became one of Britten's most famous works. It is a small piece for Christmas, written in another period of strife that harkens back to yesteryear and yet speaks to us today of the meaning of the birth of the babe of Bethlehem. We chose it for its beauty, but pragmatically, also because its small forces allow us to perform it safely in this restricted pandemic time.